All right, I just dropped a video on my cost breakdown on my barn dominium, and I got a lot of really good feedback from that one. A lot of you guys were in the comments going, when are you going to drop a toy video? We see that you're still collecting. When are you going to drop it? Which you know that I'm building out that toy container over there, going to be the new toy room, man cave, whatever you want to call it. And I was figuring I'd wait and do a video for that. I am going to do a how-to video on how to turn a shipping container / shed, whatever you got, into a respectable nerd room. Which a lot of you guys need to watch that video. I know this guy. He lives up north. He has to put a big jacket on to go to work. This guy literally has to step in bum shit to ride the train to work. Probably sits in some weird cubicle getting told what to do all day to come home and look at his toys in Tupperware containers. Don't be that guy. If you're that guy, put the toys down, get your shit right, get a toy room. If you can't display them, don't collect them. It's completely pointless. I know there's a lot of you out there. There's also a lot of gangsters out there that have some phenomenal toy rooms. I was scrolling through Instagram, looking at some of these toy rooms, and I'm like going, whew, there's some big shoes to fill. There's this one channel of this hot chick that does videos, and no disrespect, by the way, that does videos of her dad's toy collection. And she literally solved the Rubik's Cube on this one. She goes in there, she doesn't talk. She looks like the Dollar General version of Megan Fox, which I'm not saying that's bad. She's super hot. She's just not Megan Fox hot. And she plays with her dad's toys on camera and doesn't talk. Guys, think of that. A hot chick that plays with toys that doesn't talk. That's like your chick making you your favorite dinner in booty shorts and a tube top with her nipples hard. And then you go to bed, you get a blowjob. That's like a pretty high level. So when everybody is saying do a video, I was like, oh, I'll wait for the toy room, and this came in the mail. And I was thinking, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to drop another video. I have been looking forward to getting a Fantastic Four car forever. I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. Them and the Inhumans are probably my two favorite Marvel teams. So when I saw an opportunity to get one, I was hesitant when I saw the price, but I was really looking forward to it. Let me explain to you how much I wanted a Fantastic Four car. Almost as much as JC looking forward to being a den leader of an uncircumcised boys' school camp. Almost as much as Dan Larson looking forward to voting for a strong black woman for president. Almost, but not quite as much as the great Shartimus Prime looking forward to getting his 8th booster shot, wondering why he still gets COVID. It couldn't be the mold in the house. Like that couldn't be it. Almost as much as the MCU collector looking forward to the next Marvel movie. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be a 10 out of the 10, just like the action figures that go with it. So when I saw this car, I definitely wanted it. I was scrolling through Instagram, which I do more often than I should, which I think a lot of us scroll through Instagram a lot more often than we should. And I went to Rectangular's page just by chance and saw this car, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. I saw it before. I was thinking about it, but I just didn't like the price tag. If you're wondering who Rectangular is, he's basically like a mix, which I love Rectangular. Rectangular, don't get upset. But he looks like the guy, a combination. If Powder and Egghead had a kid, you would basically get Rectangular, which I love him. He's a thug. He used to make a long time ago of these Marvel leak videos, but some other guy, God, I forget his name. I don't know, some European guy that moved to China or something. He took the throne away from Rectangular. I saw this on his page and I was like, damn, that's sick. I would really like to get one. Reached out, made a comment. I go, man, that car is sick, but I don't feel like breaking off $400 to get that car. And then shortly after that, the guy who makes this car reached out to me. I don't know his name, but his site is Toy Blocks. And if you're wondering who Toy Blocks is, he basically looks like the Golden Corral version of Theo Vaughn. He looks like he's about 2 states away from being a redneck, which I'm a real redneck, not a fake redneck like him. But I saw his page, and I was definitely a little impressed by this guy. He definitely looks like an entrepreneur. He looks like a guy that's trying to better himself, not like a lot of you guys out there that are collecting and putting your shit in Tupperware. I looked at his thing, and he has like, I don't know, 20, 30 3D printers. So he's definitely going after his dream. And I definitely respect that. And if it wasn't $400, I would have bought it just for that. But then he reached out to me in the comments publicly. I'm not going to go word for what he said. But he basically said, you old fuckers have a hard time breaking off bread for toys. And I was thinking, you know what, motherfucker? We don't have a hard time breaking off bread for toys. The toys just got to be worth it. Something like toys like these. These toys are worth it. Of course, these weren't $400. 500cc KTM Supermoto. That's worth it. Triumph. 401 Husky. We don't have a problem breaking off money for toys, but they got to be with it. Tandem Cruiser. Trike Drifter. My Ripper collection. Got the fast. Got to have the fast. Got to have the PK HD with the good shocks on it. The Fat Quad and the 29-inch electric cruiser for when you feel like being lazy. And of course, we got all the redneck toys because that's just how we do it in Florida. All right, so now that we got that long, lengthy intro out of the way, we're going to take a good look at this car. I went to Rectangular's channel hoping that he would have reviewed it for I wouldn't have to, but I couldn't find a video of it. So here I am doing his dirty work. But here's the car. It's $400. He reached out to me, he DM'd me, the Toy Blocks guy did, the Golden Corral version of Theo. And said, look in your DMs, I sent you something. He sent me a little discount code to make this car a little bit more practical for a guy on a fixed income situation. And I just said, you know what, fuck it. The fact that he reached out to me and gave me a discounted code was enough. So would I pay $400 for this? Fuck no, I didn't. I want it. But after the discount code, it was totally worth it. Let's check out this base. You got to put this thing together. It wasn't too difficult. You just kind of spin them around till you figure it out. Just the base alone shows that this guy gives a fuck. Like, look at that shit. That is amazing. Another thing why I was hesitant is because I really don't like 3D printed shit. Because you can always see those tiny little lines and everything, which kind of bothers me. And then I was also hesitant because I was thinking that Hasbro will probably make this someday for $200. If Hasbro does make this someday, I don't think that they're going to do it justice. For one, when you see this thing on pictures, it's pretty cool. When you see it in person, it blows you the fuck away. It is pretty damn good. He definitely put a lot of detail in it. The thing with me was something that I was blown away by, which is something that girls that I'm with are never blown away. The size of this thing is fucking huge. I don't know if you're picking up how big it is, but look how small the action figure is. Of course, you know, just for you guys that think that I'm old and I'm not hip, I went ahead and put the cool, new, modern Fantastic Four in there. Not the old school one. No, that's not why. I did it because my toys are still packed up and I couldn't get to them. And then I had these shitty Fantastic Four versions readily available to throw in the car for I could throw something in here for the video. But the detail on the car, look at this shit. I don't know if how much of this shit he hand painted, or if the 3D printer will automatically shit out the color that you need when you need it. On the seats, I thought they were a little weird because it looks like he's got like a leather texture here. But then down there or here, it kind of looks like a wood grain. I don't know, I don't care. I just thought that was pretty good that he did it. He also went ahead and threw some light up lights on this thing. I couldn't figure it out. Luckily, my kid was here and he was like, thought it was retarded. Let me see if it comes right out. It might not. Sometimes you got to fidget with it. You turn this thing until it hits a groove and then it slides right out. Well, you got to wiggle it. This is why I don't like 3D printed shit, because it never works smoothly. All right, it comes out, and then this little thing, I'm going to dump it out because I'm on the camera with one hand. There's your light. You put it in the light, and then you put this in, and you can see that it's got a little groove right there on the top, and you got to line that groove up and screw it back in to get the light in. I thought that was cool. The thing with like a homemade, which he did. I'm not down talking it because he did an amazing job. But if like a toy company would do this, you would have lights if they chose to put in lights, and then you would push one of these magic little buttons, and then the lights would come on. The fact that you got to take the lights off to turn the lights on kind of sucks, but then at the same time, it's cool that he took the time to put in lights, because after today, I don't think I'll ever turn the lights on again. But here's the car. He messaged me before he sent the car. I think he got a little nervous, and he told me that some shit broke on it, but he glued it. I was like, well, fuck it, whatever. It's your review, bro. Let's see how it works out for you. If the car looks like shit, I'm going to say it looks like shit. If the car looks amazing, then I'm going to say it looks amazing. This is the inside of the car. Other than the dash, there's really not much detail. This is what he was talking about. He like hot glued these things in, which it doesn't bother me, like not even a little bit. But for $400 fucking dollars, you shouldn't be hot gluing shit, bro. Like it should be pretty much perfection, which for me is cool. The fact that he gave me a heads up made it extra cool, because I was like, I don't give a fuck. It's inside. You can't really see it. The outside of the car, I can't find one flaw in it. And another thing, he put these handles in here. Another thing that which I guess it's fine. They just like set in there. They don't really like lock or pop in. So they do set in there, and you can make the action figures hold them. Like you would think that they would have like some kind of thing where they would clip on there. And then these handrails, which this one just came out. The handrails came separate. I clipped those on myself. That was pretty cool. Let me pick this car up. With 3D printed, it's like I'm always afraid to like touch it, handle it. Like it's always going to break. I'm a little nervous with this, but it does feel pretty sturdy. I'm going to try to one-hand this thing off the stand and show you the bottom. Like he even did the bottom of the car, which he didn't have to do the bottom of the car, but he did. And that's definitely nice. And look at that blue stripe on there. That's just like, it almost looks like it lights up. But if you can see it close up, you can see the 3D printed line. That's the thing that I don't really like about 3D printed. See, that's the thing I was talking about, the handle. They can just kind of randomly fall out. I can glue them in, I can put them in, but I mean, whatever. I just kind of feel like for the price point, that should have been done for me. Here's the base. This thing, when I first saw it, I thought it was a little too 3D printed looking. And then after you set the car on it, I think it's absolutely magical. The thing that he did inside to like support these and brace these, like he put support in there, and then it's like it's pretty damn good. You got to put it on that square, And I was just wiggling the camera like I was retarded or something. Either way, you put it on the square. You got to figure out which way they go. If you buy one, you could just simply look at this video, and then you don't have to figure it out for yourself. But there's a display base. I would put the car back on there, but I don't think I can put it on with one hand. Maybe I can. But the fact that he did the, let me look under here. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your guys' time. There's a car. I like it. I love it. If you got $400 and you don't feel like that's a lot of money for something like this, then absolutely. His name's Toy Blocks. This isn't a plug. This isn't a shout out because I did have to pay for the car. I didn't get it for free. I did get a discount. I wouldn't have paid $400, but I would gladly pay for the discount that he gave me, which I'm not going to say what it was because he might give people a different discount that I don't want. I mean, obviously he likes me more than them. I'm wondering how much Rectangular paid for his. I'll have to reach out to him and ask him on the DL. There's the car. I like it. I'm going to screenshot a picture of his Instagram, put it on the tail end of my video. For all you motherfuckers that are asking me, how do I get one? How do I get one? Just stick to the end of the video. There will be a picture. Look him up. Check it out. Love you guys like always. It's going to be a good year this year. The 20th is coming. We got big things happening. January 20th. What happens January 20th? All right. Later. Let's go out for a little spin.